Two cameras, variable aperture, 5.2K video, gigabit data transfer, well over half an hour actual real world flight time, 3 different versions to buy. Too much to talk about today, so I'll be brief and straight to the point. Hello, I'm Ian and I play with drones, and as autumn rolls round so does the usual pre-planned leak fest start for DJI's upcoming models. Thanks to the ever resourceful Jasper Ellens, we now have clear specs for the upcoming Mavic 3 Pro, which of course will be the only DJI model to sport the Mavic name after the Air and the Mini dropped that label. With the Air 2S's 1-inch 20 megapixel camera, DJI were always going to have to pack in some major extra specs into the new 3 Pro to get people to pay the premium price. In fairness, from what we've seen, I think they have. As said, it is sporting 2 cameras, an impressive cinematic standard wide angle and a 7x telephoto camera, both with very impressive specs. The standard widescreen camera sensor is the largest yet, with a 4/3 of an inch sensor, making it a full third larger than the Air 2S's or the 2 Pro's 1-inch sensor. Like the Air 2S, it will still shoot 20 megapixel stills and 5.2K video, all with a field of view of 84 degrees. Air 2S is 88 degrees, the 2 Pro was 77 degrees, so very similar. But unlike the fixed aperture of the Air 2S, the 3 Pro maintains the variable aperture found on the 2 Pro, giving you a range of f over 2.8 to 11, which is, I think, very, very good to have this. The other camera is very interesting. It's a 7x telephoto lens with a standard 1/2-inch sensor, 12 megapixels, similar to the Air 2 or the Mini 2, but it will be narrower, 15-degree field of view. So this will be a very useful optical zoom lens camera that's built in and can be swapped over in mid-flight, which again, I think will be absolutely insanely useful. The physical specs, from what we see, are very impressive as well. Weight is disappointing, 920 grams. Now, if this is correct, it will scupper any chance of being classified as a C1 under the EASA regs with its 900 gram limit. But that said, the EASA limits apply to a maximum takeoff mass, which is a spec that is set by the factory and is usually higher than the actual weight of the drone itself. And of course, to be honest, there's still no word on retrospective classification anyway, so this may all be a bit of a moot point if you ask me. I don't believe either way that the 3 Pro is going to carry any of the new C markings required for European rules, which is pretty crap, to be honest, because again, like all the other models that they've released this year, it will be relegated to open countryside, 150 meters away from people and the like at the end of 2022, unless things change. But frustrating. That's another video altogether. For now, let's just focus on the specs. Physical specs, as I said, interesting range and flight time, 15-kilometer range, almost 10 miles. As ever, way more than you can legally fly, but hopefully as ever it will mean fewer signal dropouts under more normal flying conditions. Omnidirectional obstacle avoidance, useful if you're flying low, and even the old Air 2S could hit things when flying sideways, especially when using the intelligent flight modes like orbit and the like. So this will be a good feature to hopefully stop your pride and joy plummeting to the ground. Flight time, this is a big jump. The specs are quoting 46 minutes, which is longer than any other mainstream consumer drone. DJI usually pad their times out by a good 20%. So to me, I think you're going to be getting at least 35, maybe knocking on the door 40 minutes real world flight time, which will still be massively impressive and a really big jump from what we've got at the moment. You can see from the diagram the larger style battery sliding in from the back, similar to the Autel Evo 2 Pro and of course the DJI FPV, which sported these big batteries that slid in through the back. 3 batteries though with a combo will give you a whopping 1.5 hours minimum in the air real flying flight time, which is just massively useful, I think. On the combos, it looks like there will be a few options as well. Basic drone plus single battery plus basic remote will be around $1,600. So I'm guessing that's going to be around £1,500, 1,700 euros. The combo brings 2 additional batteries. It brings a pack of 3 filters, 3 ND filters, some extra props, and the carrier bag. So going by the cost of the batteries alone, I'm guessing that this basic combo is going to be around the $2,000, £1,900 mark. Then there's this interesting Cine Premium combo. This adds a variant of the DJI Smart Controller and, interestingly, a Lightspeed gigabit data cable. Does this mean that this model is going to have even more internal memory? I'm unsure. Look, the stingy 8 gigs that you got with the Air 2S is way overdue for an upgrade. So I am hoping there could be a complete avoidance of any micro SD requirement with a huge amount of internal memory. And of course that would need an extremely fast data transfer, which is precisely what a gigabit lead will offer. So that is going to be an interesting version to confirm. But either way, not only does the Cine combo come with the same extras as the standard combo, plus an additional set of ND filters, it also comes, as I said, with the variant of the DJI Smart Controller, which is a great plus, meaning no more mobile phone needed for flying. And whilst this is probably great for those of you that don't have the Smart Controller at the moment, the cynical side of me thinks they're doing this because they'll soon be releasing a new, even better, bigger Smart Controller early in 2022, with a larger screen to match Autel's impressive new Smart Controller. But look, whatever the reasons, I'm thinking the Smart Controller and the extra memory will bump up a major price tag on the Cine package, and I reckon it's going to be knocking on the door towards $3,000 or around just over £2,500 to maybe 2,700 euros. Either way, ow. Yeah, on pricing, look, if these seem hugely out of reach, remember Mini 1 and Mini 2 were both released in Novembers over the last 2 years. Is there any chance of the Mini 3 being released before Christmas? Well, look, Autel are about to push out their own sub 250 gram model, which should have obstacle avoidance as well. So I think DJI need to keep up, and it's my guess they will be releasing a Mini 3 very soon. Anyway, look, that's my thoughts on the new specs for what seems to be, to me, a major upgrade from the 2 Pro. It looks like we're going to need to wait until the 15th of November to get all of this, and a lot can happen between then and now. As ever, if you hear anything, let me know in the comments below. Otherwise, I hope you found it useful. Till then, have fun, happy flying.